So I had a busy week this week. For me anyway, I had a show in Chapel Hill, had a radio interview, 2 radio interviews, one at Elon and one on Blog Talk Radio. For y'all that's not familiar with Blog Talk Radio, it's basically like a radio show through the internet, and it's for like unsigned or underground artists, people that you don't hear on mainstream radio. And it's crazy how I got these interviews because the Blog Talk Radio, they found me on YouTube and they asked me to do a radio interview, and I was like, sure, no problem. The one at Elon, I had a show one night and I was passing out CDs on the campus of Elon, and they had 1 CD left, and I seen these 2 girls and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go give them the CD. But my spirit was like, nah, go this way. And I literally couldn't move. And then I turned this way and my brother was with me. He was like, why don't you give them the CD? And I didn't say nothing to him because I didn't know what it sounded like. I didn't know why. So I kept walking and I seen this guy and this girl. And I handed the girl the CD and I was like, yo, I got a show tonight. I do positive hip-hop music. And he looked at the CD, he said, oh, you do hip-hop music? He said, that's cool because I'm the radio station manager at Elon University. He said, so if you need anything, just give me a call. And you see how God works. You know, if you just let him take control of your life, and man, he'll do wonders for you. So shout out to Raj at Elon. Appreciate the opportunity, man. So y'all go ahead and watch this. iGRIND, baby. Go get that. Go get that.
We got a little interview on our hands. We got some celebrity in the house.
Mevin's very own Stats.
What's up, Elon? Glad to be here.
All right, so we're going to do a little interview. We're going to do a little, we're going to play some of his music. We're going to get him out in the open because we know that this show gets listenership up the butt.
Straight up the wazoo.
So,
Stats, tell us a little bit about yourself. You are from Mebane,
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Mebane, the middle of the state, the greatest city in North Carolina.
Hell yeah, man.
And I've been doing this for about 4 years, the hip-hop thing, and
okay.
You know, I'm just glad to be here, and I just want everybody to hear the music, you know.
Great.
So, you know, just like I said, glad to be here at Elon.
What would you say your style is in terms of rapping style, whether it's like more like old school or
well, it's a little bit of both because I'm influenced by the old school. You know, Slick Rick, Children's Story was the first song I ever heard. So I also keep my music clean. I'm more of a storyteller, try to keep it lyrical as much as possible because I want somebody to gain something from my music. You know, it's motivational music, it's inspirational music, and I think everybody will come away with some type of message from
I
it.
think that's good, man. That's great. I think so the new album here, iGRIND, where'd you get the inspiration to write most of your songs?
It comes from my life, or it might come from somebody else's life. You know, I don't go through everything in life. So that's where the storytelling aspect of my writing comes from. Like I got a song on there called I Trap, where I talk about a girl who's a stripper, a guy who's doing drugs, and somebody else who's like, basically you're stuck in that trap of stripping and you don't really want to do it, or you're selling drugs, you don't really want to do it. But the last person that I talk about is someone who's been there, did that, and now he's trying to better himself. He knows he doesn't have to stay stuck in that trap. There's a way out. And so actually the last verse is about Judge Mathis, because I heard his story about him being in gangs and stuff, and now he's a judge. He could have just stayed doing drugs and probably would have been dead by now, you know, gang banging and everything like that, but he chose a better way to improve his situation. So, you know, it comes from everywhere.
Cool, man.
I could write a song about y'all, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
that is going to sell. That's going to go platinum in a minute. I'll tell you what. People want to hear more about Snake Ace and Rock Block, I assure you. So why don't you use profanity in your lyrics? And I respect that because I'm not a big rap guy, but from a comedian standpoint, I like guys that are dry and can still be funny, and it's the same kind of deal where, like, if you can be real and not use profanity and still, like, you know, make a great track, I respect that, you know what I mean? You don't have to use curse words just to use curse words. So what makes you do that?
Well, because, first of all, I wasn't raised that way. It wasn't around in my household, and so I feel that I want to make music for everybody to be able to listen to, kids as well, because I think my music it has a message, and I think everybody can gain from that. And a lot of times when you hear the cuss words and things like that, a lot of parents, or even when I'm driving in the car, for example, with my little sister or something like that, and I know that word's about to come up, so maybe I try to talk over it, or I lower it down or something like that. So I want to make my music available for everybody, and also for the marketing aspect. You know, nobody wants to associate their brand with someone who has negative lyrics or something like that. So it just opens up doors for, you know, your marketing sponsorships and things like that. So
yeah, good deal.
Yeah, man, got to keep the kids on the right track here any way we can in this crazy world. But So what do you think you bring to the game, and how are you different from other artists out there today?
Well, I think my content sets me apart. Being versatile, being able to write about different topics. You know, I can go this way or I can go the other way. A lot of people are just one-dimensional rappers. They can only talk about one thing, and then a lot of times after that it gets kind of boring and monotonous, and you're tired of hearing about that artist and what he's talking about because he's saying the same thing over and over. So I just try to bring something new to the table every time.
Good, man.
We're gonna play another track, and we'll come back. We'll ask a few more questions, and then we'll delve into Snake It. This is a good mix-up for us because we don't play a lot of rap, but this is cool. Oh, we got a caller. How about that?
We did.
I don't know if I don't know.
All right. Well, let's listen to another song over here. It's called It's by Scott's Music. And the guy that's talking, I'm going to play it.
All right, so right now I'm on Blog Talk Radio, and they're playing my song on Blog Talk Radio. It's my first radio interview, and they're about to play iTrap, so no lie, here it is. Everybody, I'm in the chat room right now. I'm in the chat room right now on the Blog Talk Radio, and I'm getting some feedback from what they're saying. They're saying they're digging this track. It's a dope track. Saying it's sick. They like it. You know, so I don't know what to say, man. This is great.
Yo, what up? This is Snake and Ace's Rock Block here. This is the Snake.
WSOE 89.3. This is Aces. Check out iGRIND.
This is the money right here. Listen to it. It's gonna be hot on the streets real soon.
All right,
be there.
baby. Stat.
I
Do
got
it.
Stats.